what you want me to do. Please don't let me go now. Please don't let me go. Please don't let me go now. Please, please, please.
I'm just gonna get this line here. I've been saying, dude, how do I forget this every fucking time?
You just said hey.
Hey. Okay, today we're doing a little bit of a side dish. You could eat this as a main. You could put it on bread. You could poach an egg on top of it. I'll show you what it is, obviously. But it's just a broccolini dish with some burrata cheese and some garnishes. This comes together super quick. I've been getting tons of requests to do like fast stuff. So I'm gonna do a couple fast ones. The mac and cheese was obviously pretty fast. This one's honestly gonna take 10 minutes. And you could do this as a main dish. So yeah, let's get started. I got water boiling, it's salted. I got broccolini. I'm literally gonna put this in, cook it for 2 minutes. That's it, make sure it's really in the water. And we're gonna cook that for 2 minutes. In the meantime, I'm just gonna get some of our garnishes ready. So I got a few fresh basil leaves here. I'm gonna just roll these up and then take my knife and cut them paper thin. There's a fly in here, shit. And by the time you're done doing this, your broccolini will be cooked. I also have some hazelnuts that I just roasted, tossed in a little bit of salt, crushed them up a little bit. I just crushed them with like the back of a spoon. You don't have to get like too fine with this. I kind of like them whole here. We're gonna drain this. Oh shit. And then so, like to save yourself on dishes, I'm just gonna use this pot. It's hot. And just so you're not like making a big mess, I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil in there just so our butter doesn't burn. And then I'm gonna take about a tablespoon or so of butter. Get that going. And then we're just gonna saute these. I'm gonna season with a little bit more salt right now. I'm actually gonna do a little bit of fresh cracked pepper. And I'm just gonna add, while it's sauteing, I'm just gonna add a tiny bit of shallot. And I like to do it at the end and just a little bit because I kind of like it, the shallot, not to cook too much here. If you like it more cooked, you can add it at the beginning and cook these a little bit. But I just like a little bit that's like almost just past raw. Oh, I hope that didn't splash you, did it? Nice. So that's it. We're going to turn the heat off, and then while there's still heat in the pan, I'm going to hit some lemon juice in there. Now, also to save on dishes, I have a strainer that I strain this out. So I'm just going to do this over here. Put the juice of half a lemon, a pretty big one, so if it's a small one, you can use a whole. And that's it. These are cooked, seasoned, good to go, and we got like kind of a little lemon butter sauce here. And then to the plate, I'm gonna put this here so we don't burn. Just gonna put this, lay these down. Oh shit. And kind of make a little bit of nest, like a nice little spot in the middle. And then we'll pour this little lemon butter sauce, get all these shallots on there. And I'm gonna wipe the plate a little bit, just so it looks a little bit better. And then, so I have some fresh burrata cheese here. Obviously not going to use all of this, but I'm going to use about half, and I'm going to cut into it and I'm going to flip it this way so that soft part is facing me. You want to season it with a little bit of salt. Put it right on top. And then I'm going to hit that with also a little bit of pepper. And what else? A little bit of olive oil. Just right on the cheese there. And then I have some of our basil. Kind of make sure that we can show off that cheese a little bit. Don't cover it too much. And yeah, so if you wanted, you could put this whole thing on a piece of sourdough, and that would like obviously give you some carbs. So it would make you feel a little bit more full. You could also poach an egg on top of there, and you can make this into a whole main dish. But I just want to show you that it's really easy and quick to make like a restaurant quality dish. This is has basically been one take. I don't even think it's been 10 minutes. And then I have some of this. This is a white truffle honey. I don't usually use a lot of truffle products because they're not great, but this is actually preserved white truffles in here. So the flavor is actually very similar to a fresh truffle. I would, if you're gonna buy truffle products, I would say look for something that says white truffle specifically instead of black truffle. The flavor is much better in my opinion than most people's opinion. So I'm just gonna drizzle a little bit of this. Just a little bit of lemon zest. Yeah, so if you're like trying to eat maybe low carb or something, you could totally just make this and have your protein accompaniment if you're a meat eater or something like that. But yeah, it's a super simple dish. It's really it'll wow people because it's burrata cheese obviously, and people love burrata. And yeah, I'm gonna finish it with a little bit of salt. But that's it. That was like maybe 6 minutes to make that whole dish. And there was really no prep. Oh, hazelnuts, I almost forgot. How can we forget the hazelnuts? There we go. Okay, yeah, so maybe 6.5 minutes because I forgot the hazelnuts, but that's it. Let's get into this. With dishes like this, it's really important that you just get high quality ingredients. And this simple food can really be some of the best. Fuck, that tastes so good. Damn, the truffle honey is actually so good.
Butter knife, let's go. Whoa.
Thoughts?
That's fucked up good.
Did you say restaurant quality in 6 minutes?
Restaurant quality in 6 minutes.
Yes.
For sure would have spent like $15 on this dish.
A really simple, easy, quick meal that you can do. I would honestly even say you could eat that for breakfast. You can omit the cheese and just do a poached egg, but yeah, just push yourself to cook a little bit. Put in a little bit of effort. I think I've been thinking about this a lot. Because I've been getting some comments on I want it to be really easy and I want to not have to buy a lot. But I think at the end of the day, you have to put in a little bit of effort, because it's not just cooking isn't this thing where it's this skill that I'm going to take on, like learning the guitar or something. This is a basic necessity. You're talking about feeding yourself. So it's worth putting in a little bit of effort and spending a little bit of money to build up your pantry so that you have some tools in your toolbox to be able to do stuff like this, because you're feeding yourself. It saves you tons of money in the long run, and you have a skill. So yeah, good technique and high quality ingredients. It's pretty easy. You guys see what I do with not much. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.